It's the only, well, it's definitely the first pro-choice country song ever written. And it may have been the only country song that's about this subject, the only pro-choice country song. During the last campaign, I came out of the closet on a bulldozer. No, I didn't. I came out in favor of gay marriage, saying that they have every right to be just as miserable as the rest of us. And I fought wussification. Wussification being the weakening of fibers, spiritual, physical, and moral. And wussification, an example of that, is taking the 10 Commandments out of the public schools. See, I wanted them to put them back in the public schools, maybe just call them the 10 Suggestions. I knew that was a funny line. We just needed a good cosmopolitan audience. It did not go over to Cleveland. So far, the old man with a rake is talking about it. All right, so what these guys did is they put undercover cops in Dallas into hotel bars to arrest drunks. Now, if you're an alcoholic, if you're a drunk, that's where you ought to be. You belong in a hotel bar, and that's your home. That's where you stay. So for undercover cops to arrest them, I thought was the height of wussification. And it reminded me very much of what happened to Oscar Wilde the last time he was arrested. In fact, I think I was the only candidate that even mentioned Oscar Wilde. This happened in 1895 at the Cadogan Hotel in London. Oscar was pretty well walking on his knuckles that evening, and these undercover cops came up to him, and one of them said, "Oscar Wilde?" And Oscar said, "Yes." And the undercover guy said, "Do you know who I am?" And Oscar turns to the bar and he says, "Good God, there's a man here who doesn't know who he is." So this is the pro-choice song. Just a ragged kid in overalls, he thumbed a ride one day. He told me anywhere you're going is on my way. But as we passed by Big Al's drive-in, his eyes began to flash. He was leaving Rapid City mighty fast. He said, "I hope to God she finds a goodbye letter that I wrote her, but the mail don't move so fast in Rapid City, South Dakota." And we left her just a blanket of snow upon the farm. And I don't keep your conscience very warm. He said his friends were too darn country, and his pa was too damn mean, and there weren't no money pumping gasoline. And her gentle eyes, the merchandise, the dreams the peddler sold her, who left her there alone in Rapid City, South Dakota. Now the reason he was going, I ain't sure I could say. Might have been a rodeo in Santa Fe. There's a doctor in Chicago, I know she'll be alright. He told himself as he stared into the night. He said, "I hope to God she finds a goodbye letter that I wrote her, but the mail don't move so fast in Rapid City, South Dakota." And all her people treating her just like they never knowed her, and the years passing slow.